Hello. This was a video idea that I had for a little bit, and I was like, you know what? Let's just get into it. This is gonna be an unedited video, similar to the Toy Story 5 video. Obviously, I'm gonna remove the whole me setting up my OBS and the recorder and all that. But other than that, it's gonna be a mostly uncut video. Yeah, we should probably excuse this shit. You guys do not need to know what I have been working on. So, yeah. Oh wow, that was stupid. We're gonna get into Silver the Hedgehog and actors and actresses who should play the character in Sonic Cinematic Universe. And we're gonna determine who would be the best choice for Silver. Now, we're gonna be going based off of people that I already know, based off of people I already heard in movies and all that. So yeah, we're gonna pick from all that. So first up, we got someone that I recognize, Tom Holland. This is the most celebrity pick you could ever go with a fucking casting, okay? Like, okay, I get it. It would be like I guess not that bad since Tom Holland wouldn't be a bad Silver. Okay, I'm not calling him a good Silver because honestly, like that's the most celebrity casting you can do, and honestly, Silver needs to be a little more like I don't know what Bryce Pinkman or whatever the hell his last name is did with him in the Death Battle video. Basically, basically, Tom Holland maybe has that tone of voice that Silver needs. But I feel like with how much Silver has to go through inside of his future, plus the hatred that he has for Sonic, because he is led to believe that he ruined the future. So, I think if we were going with a lighthearted Silver, then maybe Tom could be an okay fit. But I think mostly no. Fuck you. Um, Next up, we have Jet Quad. Now, this one I actually really do support. This doesn't sound that bad. This one doesn't sound that bad because I've seen him act in Novocaine. Novocaine, he had really good acting there. But my favorite one is My Adventures with Superman when he played Clark Kent. I think he is a really good Clark Kent. I think he can play Superman well. He has the range to play both a normal dude and a superhero. And honestly, I think he has that range to play Silver because if he's able to, now I wouldn't say high pitch because remember he's not Alvin and the Chipmunks level of high pitch, but he is able to like pitch up his voice a little bit to actually sound like a regular dude in My Adventures with Superman. And then when it's time to get into some serious stuff, he is able to lower his voice a little bit to a more heroic style, which is something that I think would be good because an actor with range is someone that we kind of need for Silver because there's gonna be moments for Silver where yeah, he's kind of lighthearted. Like he's gonna have some of his lighthearted moments. He's gonna sound like a fucking 5-year-old. But then there's also gonna be some moments with Silver where yeah, I mean he can be serious. And the hatred that he has for Sonic, because again, he ruined his future, and the overall hatred of his entire world that he has, how the whole world just failed and now Iblis took over everything and the whole city is just like destroyed. I think Jack Quad would make a really good fit. So 8 out of 10 for him. I vote yes. And again, it's not going to let me vote, so screw you. So far, no. Go back here. So next up is Timothy Chalamet. Chalamet! Okay, sorry. I don't know. I've heard him in Wonka. I'm not confident about it. I've heard him in the new. I heard his now voice in the new trailer, "Not Alone" from Illuminations movie, like "Not Alone." No, he just kind of sounds like a middle-aged dude in that movie, which is what the character is. I mean, I don't know. Again, I haven't heard too much of Chalamet, but from what I heard from Wonka and the whole "Not Alone" trailer, I don't think Silver matches his voice because Silver, you could tell he is an adult to at least like older teenager, like 17 to 20, but like Timothy Chalamet in that trailer, like from his like actual adult voice, he sounds like a middle-aged man a little bit, which is again what the character is supposed to be, or at least an older type of character. So yeah, I mean he does a good job in Not Alone, but as Silver, I would say sadly 4 out of 10. Also, I forgot to rate Tom. Tom's like a 5 out of 10. It could go either way. Andrew Garfield, no. No. I'm sorry, but I don't think this will work perfectly. Even without his British accent, he comes nowhere near Silver's voice. Silver's kind of like this, like not like my voice. Obviously, I sound like a Nick Jr. character. But like, you get what I mean. If I was an adult doing this, then I would kind of almost get it. But like, Andrew Garfield doesn't really have that high pitched voice, from what I've noticed. Again, the only movies that I've seen him in was The Amazing Spider-Man, so that should probably say a lot about what I have to say. But from what I could tell, he has a deep voice regularly, and unless if he has some secret talent where he can raise his voice up to a good Silver way, then I don't really see him acting as Silver. So yeah, sorry, Andrew Garfield, you're not my Silver. 3 out of 10. Because again, you never know. Zac Efron. No, sorry, but I don't think Zac Efron fits. Again, from his current voice, he sounds like a middle-aged man. Again, he could probably give it a little bit of more of a pitch up again, but I don't know. Mostly, he just again sounds like a middle-aged man, which look at his age. He's almost is. So like, I don't know. I don't think Zac Efron's a good fit. 4 out of 10. That's all for my cast. Load more suggestions. Oh, I was literally thinking about moving on to another tab, but what the fuck? Ken Jeong? Fucking why? Can you imagine watching the movie and then your Ken Jeong's voice like, "Hey, Sonic, hey, you ruined my future. You're gonna have to die. You're gonna have to die." Like, can you just imagine hearing that silly ass voice as Silver, dude? Like, does not fit at all, dude. It's just fucking silly ass voice. Like, oh my god. With that said, though, 10 out of 10. Milo Mayhem. Nah. He is. I don't know. He's kind of like whatever, I guess. I have no thoughts on him. I heard his voice only from like zombies, and he's a really good singer. But I don't really notice anything where he pitches up his voice in any sort of way. So sorry, Milo, but I don't think so. Um, you gonna load, buddy, 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 buddy. It's time for you to load. Jesse McCartney, is that fucking Theodore? Oh yeah, it was Theodore. I only heard him as the depressed kid in Horror and Hears a Who. So 2 out of 10. Sorry. I guess we can find. All right, here we go. We're in a new section. Mason Thames. If we were going for a younger Silver approach, that could work, but mostly no. Sorry. 5 out of 10 because again, if we were going for a younger Silver, it could probably work. Kid Connor's not that bad. I'd say 6 out of 10 or 7 out of 10. Wait, fuck, no. But I think. What the? But I think Kid Connor works a little bit because I heard him as the Gosling from The Wild Robot. I forgot his name. Bright Bill, yeah. I think if he pitched up his voice a little bit, he have that perfect Silver because like he kind of has like it's like when Bright Bill does have to get serious in the movie, it kind of like you could see that Silver type of voice with it. If you like pitched like again, if he just the main thing about them is like these actors need to pitch up their voice a little bit. Like they need to have range. So if Kit Connor has range with Bright Bill, so like it's basically Bright Bill, but like a little bit pitched up, his voice a little bit pitched up to like Silver voice, then yeah, that would work perfectly. So 7 out of 10. Bro, it's DUI guy. Four. No, not four. 1 out of 10, dude. No. Weird. Michael Sarah. No. Screw you. 2 out of 10. What the hell? Silver the Hedgehog goes up against Shadow. Maximum effort. Gets his ass kicked. Dude, no. Shut up. And no, not him. Perito was a really good role for him, but I don't know about that. Jesus Christ, these websites suck. These websites are ass. Ryan Reynolds, Harvey Guillen, Zac Efron, dude. All of these people are not that good. Like, god damn, get something better. You know what? How about we look at Reddit? You know, how about we take these guys? How about we look at Reddit? Okay, so Tom Holland, nope. Donald Glover, I heard him as Simba in The Lion King, and yeah, that's pretty much. And he was also Yoshi. So honestly, if he has range like Yoshi, I think he can make it work. Cause I heard him, his speaking voice as Simba. I heard how he could sound like. He sounds really good as Simba actually. And honestly, again with the range that he has, if he pitches up to Silver's voice, then he can do good as Silver. So I guess 7 out of 10. I don't really see a problem with Donald Glover as Silver. I don't know who this is, sadly. So unrated. I don't know who this is, 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 so unrated. No, sorry. Jesse Eisenberg, I know him. He played Blue in Rio, from what I heard, and that's pretty much from what I heard. And there's also Dort and Minions and Monsters. Oh my god, what the hell? I don't know. Sorry. 2 out of 10. Chris Pine. Chris Pine is actually not that bad. Hold on. Actually, Chris Pine is really good as Silver. Hold on. I heard him as Jack Frost. He's actually really good as Jack Frost. And Jack Frost, I don't know if this is just me being delusional, but he kind of sounds like a little bit more like Silver. Again, it kind of depends on the range because Jack Frost is kind of the closest that we have to Silver's range. But, because, he's kind of playful. But I think Chris Pine could deepen a little bit. So, lighten a little bit. So, 9 out of 10. It's literally close. Almost perfect. Bro, what the hell are you doing? Get out. 1 out of 10. I'm at 1 out of 10 for Benedict. I don't even know who this guy is. Already talked about Timothy. Don't know who that guy is. Yep, we're done with Reddit. Reddit does not have good ones, too. Jesus Christ, Reddit. Alright, here we go. IMDb. We're going to look at this, and then we're going to look at one more website. Okay, bro. Chris Pratt. Okay, it's a Mia Mario. My future is destroyed. I gotta go meet up with the Guardians, and then I gotta go find my Raptor Blue, and then I gotta go film the movie Tomorrow War with Amazon Prime. Shut up, phone. Then yeah, Zachary Levi. I don't know about that. Elijah Wood. Sorry, no. So I don't know about these three. Yeah, these three are not good. 10 out of 10. 2 out of 10, no, 1 out of 10, and 2 out of 10 because Elijah Wood can maybe do it. Ryan Reynolds, nope. Andrew Garfield, nope. Tobey Maguire. Tobey Maguire's not that bad. I'd say 6 out of 10 because Tobey Maguire, yes, he sounds like a middle-aged man, but Silver kind of has almost similar tone to Tobey Maguire. So Tobey Maguire, maybe a tiny bit light up, but still, it's really good, kind of close to Silver. So 6 out of 10, because again, it's kind of iffy on it because kind of can't depend on it. Josh Peck, I think he is in Ice Age, and he's also Drake and Josh. So I don't know about that. Daniel Radcliffe, I haven't watched Harry Potter in a while, so I can't really determine. By the way, Josh Peck may be like 3 out of 10. Sorry. Thomas Brody Sanctor, no. I heard him as Ferb. I know what he sounds like. No, sorry. Zolo, maybe, like 5 out of 10 because it kind of. Steven Yeun, I think Steven Yeun is kind of more serious. Like I think Steven Yeun would fit SBO the most rather than a Silver character. So 4 out of 10 because there is a good chance. Andy Samberg, shut the hell up. Ezra Miller, shut the hell up. Shia LaBeouf, shut the hell up. Neil Patrick Harris, shut the hell up. John Mulaney, shut up. Chris Evans, shut up. Liam Hemsworth, shut up. Josh Hutcherson, shut up. Ashton Kutcher, shut up. Why is it so stupid sometimes? Jesus Christ. All right, let's look at one more website. Actually, no, let's look at two. This doesn't count. We're going to just... Wait, did we already look at this before? No, I do not want to... I guess I was due for this full screen. Bro. Okay, so it's kind of changed. a little bit. Yeah, nothing new here. So I guess we'll look at one more website. And well, let's look at DeviantArt. Maybe DeviantArt can actually help me out right here. Real quick. Well, maybe DeviantArt could actually help me out real quick. If DeviantArt would actually. Never mind. Well, well, I guess we got something better here, so that's good. Boo 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 boo. Yeah, I don't know about that now. Yeah, so there's nothing really here. I guess I could look at the fandom here, see if there's anything. Never mind, it's gone. What about here? What about here? All right, there we go. We're in the fandom. We're in the fandom. Um, Basically everybody that we talked about here. So I'd say Chris Pine and Jack Quaid or Quaid. I don't know. They're the most likely. They're the I would say most likely to be picked at silver, but they are most likely to sound like silver if they were picked. So that's a really good thing. Just making sure I haven't missed anything. I could click on more. Never mind. There's no more. So yeah, it's a really really good recording. So yeah, that was a really, really good video. I am hoping you leave a like and subscribe because if you're not, I am going to tickle you. Yeah. See you guys next time, I guess. Bye bye.